Alrighty, welcome back to this channel. Today we're going to be building a DIY bike stand using this scrap wood. So now that you know the project we'll be doing, I'm going to give you an idea of the tools that I'll use to build this stand. You don't need to use these, it's just the ones that I have and the ones that I'll be using. First off, we have a chop saw. We'll use that to cut down and determine the length of these boards, and then we'll split them if we need to with this table saw. I'll also be using this nail gun and its power supply, this air compressor. Something you're going to do now is kind of estimate the length of your base. My wheel is a 27.5, and right here I've made a line where I'm going to make a cut on the table saw. And the reason I do this is because there's going to be a board nailed to the front that's going to rest up against the front tire. Alright, so I've gone ahead and plugged in my table saw, put on my eye protection, some protective gloves, and let's get to cutting. So we have our first board right here. We'll set this aside and move on to our next cuts. Next, you're going to take your base, place it over your second piece of wood, and then mark the length. Because what we're going to do is cut this here at the given line, and then we're going to split it, and those are going to be the two rails going along the outer edges of our base. It's going to make sort of a trench that our front wheel is going to set in. Just a quick tip, these little barbs of wood sticking out for making our cut are super painful when they get into your finger. So what we're going to do, while editing this video, I remembered something. There's also this thing called a sander. Rub it along some carpet or a rough object, even some pavement or a driveway, and it's cleaned up. Next, find the halfway point of your second piece of wood and cut it down the middle. So just to get everything secured to put nails along the bottom, I put two in here at the end. Okay, so I've gone ahead and nailed on those sidewalls. As you can see right here, if I let go of the bike, these sidewalls will not keep this bike up, which is where the end piece and some side supports are going to come in handy. Let's get to it. Okay, so the next step is to take your wheel width measurement, measure into your second piece of wood. For me, it's 2.8. What we're going to do is we're going to cut this down the middle, and I'll show you what is after that. What I've done is I've taken this board, I've wedged it in between the two sidewalls here, and I've nailed it in from either side. I'll also put one up from the bottom just for good measure. Now take about a 2-foot section of board and cut it down the center. Right now I'm taking the two halves and I am cutting each end at a 45-degree angle. Next step, nail this in. Okay, so I nailed in the side supports, trimmed up the top, looks great. Let's see how the bike fits. Perfect. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like it, subscribe. If you didn't like it, tell me why in the comments below. Until next time, thanks for watching.